I'm amazing because our passion is limitless and our drive is intense. Therefore, you will not deny your grind. You are now watching the Faith Grind Inspired podcast with your host, Dr. Jean Alerte.
Today we have a special guest, and her name is Tionna Smalls. Tionna Smalls, entrepreneur, mom, wife, business person, TV personality, host, author. You know what I'm saying? Just entrepreneur.
Yes.
Me and my sister, she's been grinding for years. Years. Welcome, Tionna.
Thank you for having me. I was just saying that your glow is glowing in Manhattan. You gotta call your wife down here and get it on and pop it, honey.
In the studio.
In the studio. When everybody go. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yes.
Yo, Tionna, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. And you know I don't do interviews like that.
I know
so
you
that's
don't.
good.
I know you don't. You usually do the interviews.
Yeah, but I stopped doing interviews, period.
Oh, yeah?
Because
No,
I give out so much game, I be like, nah.
Yeah, they gotta start paying for it.
They always pay, but not the interview people.
Not the interview, but you know, the customers.
Right.
Right? So this is the Faith Grind Inspired podcast. It's all about entrepreneurship, the mindset, right?
Right.
And I created this podcast because I've been an entrepreneur for 18 years. Since I was 18, I'm 36.
Yeah.
And you know, people think my success is just overnight.
I hate that.
I hate that.
I hate that.
Right?
For real.
I do.
You can't curse on this show, right?
You can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So no, you
in case
good.
the pastor was listening. So.
So, but I tell people my story, and you know they listen to my story. But I'm like, look, I know a bunch of entrepreneurs, and you're one of them.
Yes.
And I know
Super
your grind.
entrepreneur.
Yes.
Yes.
And so I know the grind, I know the hustle, and the thing is, when people hear us talk, you know, it's one thing. But you know,
action is
another.
That grind
you see
is
what I'm saying?
another. Right.
Like, you don't just do it for the gram. Like, you really do it in real life.
Right.
And I always loved your hustle. I always loved your energy and your passion. It's always been there.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Like, so, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Gene. You're my boy. You know that.
Yeah, thank you. So,
we done put a whole neighborhood on. You know
we
what
did.
I'm
We
saying?
did put Marcus Garvey on.
We put Marcus Garvey on, boy. Marcus Garvey, you know, shout out to all my best style killers and robbers. They was rough out there. And, you know, I came from East New York and opened up a store on Marcus Garvey. It was called Lovey's. It was paint. Beautiful place. And then, you know, Gene came, you know, bust out the properties and got the ice cream spot. We killed it. We killed it. So we really put, when you could put on a whole neighborhood, then that's when we popping. For real.
Marcus Garvey was definitely something that people weren't even focused on.
No, when I came over there, people was like, are you crazy? You can open a store over here? I was like, the rent is cheap. I'm in there. What's up?
Now they got coffee shops every corner.
Yeah, but we put it on.
They got fitness
You got to give
studios.
respect to the originators. That's what I'm saying.
Facts. So, tell the people where you from.
Okay, well, first of all, if you don't know, I'm from East New York, Brooklyn. You already know. I got to put the East New York voice on. Shout out to ENY. So that's where I'm from. I'm from East New York, and I was just a young girl that always had a big mouth and a dream, and I just was like, yo, I got, like, one day in 2007, I'll never forget, I was home, and, you know, I had a job, I was in school. I was like, this shit is corny. It's not no money in this. I got to figure out what I'm going to do next. I said, what can I do to get money? And so then I started going through my talents, and I said, I only got 2 talents. I could write, and I could talk. That's my only thing. This mouth was always a talent. Pause. So anyway, this mouth was always a talent. So I was like, you know what? A lot of people in 2007 didn't really think you could get paid off of your personality. This wasn't the days when people were going from Instagram now to Sprite commercials. This is way before that even started. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to start a blog. And this is back when hardly no blogs was out in those days. It was like only YBF. Shout out to YBF. YBF was thriving for a long time. And at that time, they was really big. But I wanted to make like an opposite blog of YBF. Like, I wanted to do a blog like, you go to the celebrity parties, you blowing up all the spots. Who was getting high in the bathroom, who was having sex in the bathroom, who bagged who. Like, Talk That Ish was really, like, if we went to your party, we broke down your whole joint. It was getting dangerous, because everybody, you Talk That Ish, like, we really told the truth. Like, if your mom's is ugly at the party, we going in on her too. Like, anybody could have got it.
Nobody was safe.
Nobody was safe, because, like, I was young. And then, you know, I just finished writing this book called Girl, Get Your Mind Right. So I was like, I got to promote my book. So some type of way, I had to create another avenue so people could like me, so they could say, oh, I got to buy her book because now I like her. But then the white people put me on, though. That's the next chapter.
That's the next chapter.
Yeah.
What was the first book about?
Girl, Get Your Mind Right is the same book that they republished. It was, but it was more grittier. The independent version was more like gritty. I I wasn't as polished then. You know, I wrote that book straight up broke in my mom's crib, like, I'm about to quit this job. Let me write this book. You know, nobody had books out at that time.
Yeah.
And then you gotta remember, when I wrote that book, I was only 22. But I felt it. Like, that's the thing about being a grinder. You could feel when you create something that's gonna be bigger than you. Like, when I wrote Girl Get Your Mind Right, even though, like, the first version was shitty, it was, like, mad, like, it was just so raw, I was like, I know this is going to be my way out the hood. I felt it. I was just like, I know I'm on. And everybody tried to discourage me. Like, even my own family was like, writers don't make no money. You going to quit your job to be a writer. They don't make no money. I was like, I don't care who don't make no money. Tionna Smalls going to make some money. Because you got to remember, I had this personality since I was in first grade. So I was like, nah, I got to make this money off this personality. Because it was like too many people getting money off their little corny ass personality. So I was like, this personality, I'm about to make the money. So long story short, the white people put me on. I got a job at Gawker as a vice columnist by mistake, because I wrote the Gawker talking about myself back in those days with my sidekick, my pink sidekick, like, y'all gotta check this girl Tionna Smalls out. And it was on my TiannaT@tmail.com email address. So they published it with the email address, like, this can't be real. This girl did not write us about herself, from herself. You damn right. When you from the hood, you ain't got no, listen, you gotta gamble every time. And it don't matter. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But if it works, we in there.
Yeah,
and that's how I felt. You know, I think in order to be an entrepreneur, you gotta be fearless. And you gotta be afraid for people to be like, this dummy wrote us an email from her own email. But that really put me on. And
so
people
now,
don't know.
what happened after that?
Basically, what happened after that, you know, I got the job from Gawker, and then also one of my main mentors in the entertainment business, Jackie Christie at that time. Jackie Christie is a real boss. Don't let that show Basketball Wives fool you. And these days, Jackie Christie was a real boss. She used to, you know, pay me to help her daughter singing career, because I had the blog already, I was already in the streets already. So after a while, I started getting like mad checks. That's how me and you met at these parties, like promoting people. Because I was like, if I got a mouth, I'm gonna get promoted, because I wasn't making no money really as a writer besides the advice columnist. Then one day I get a call out of nowhere, and it was like, VH1 want to put you on a show. And I'm like, okay, about what? I thought it was Best Week Ever. That was my plan in life. I wanted to be on Best Week Ever. That was my dream. So I was like, are y'all talking about Best Week Ever? They was like, why would you want to be on Best Week Ever? They don't get paid. They only get some donuts, and they say their opinion and go home. I was like, I don't care. You know, I'm from the hood. I get on Best Week Ever, I'm going to be popping. They was like, no, we got something bigger than that. You know, what would you say to a celebrity that can't find a man? I'd be like, you got famous pussy and can't find a man? Nah, I don't agree with that. I went in like, what? Like, I think nobody as a celebrity should not be able to find a man. You know, like, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm telling them like the truth. So they flew me out. It was like, you know what? We're going to fly you out to California. We're not going to tell you who it is and just throw you in a room and see what happens. Why you do that? You know, when you're from the hood, you're not afraid to be in a room with nobody. I'm like, okay. I get there, and then I find out it's Chili from TLC. So as soon as I walk in the room, this is what I said. And this is not edited. I said, Chili, you looking for a man? You're not going to find a man until you get over Usher. It was a lot of people in the room like this, and they all ran out the room. They ran. They couldn't believe I said this to her in her face. They said, you know, for 2 years, we've been looking for somebody that would even bring Usher up to her, and nobody would do it. They called celebrities in. They called her homegirls in. They called her family members in. Nobody would say nothing about Usher. They said, you're the only person that ever said anything about Usher. Needless to say, I got the show, and my career was over after that. It was like, bang, bang after that. I got a book deal for that book, the same book I wrote in the hood. I ended up getting a lot of money for a book deal for that. And then a few years back, I got an MTV show called Girl Get Your Mind Right, based on the same book that I knew I was going to get that money from. You could feel it, right? Yeah, so that's it. That's my life in a nutshell.
See, but there's so many parts of that story.
Yeah, it is.
That's inspirational, right?
Okay, what was so inspirational about it?
So one, you had the faith in yourself in the beginning. When your family told you, when you were living at your parents' house and your family said, no, writers don't make any money, you actually sat down throughout that time and wrote the book. You had a vision for the future. You weren't looking, most people, and that's the problem today, that a lot of people look at 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
And they don't get it.
But they're not looking 10 years. You see what I'm saying? You didn't know they were going to VH1. No. We're home watching VH1.
And that was my favorite channel.
You know what I mean? So we weren't thinking VH1 was going to call you.
No, call me. And you know when they call you, they want you.
That's the thing that impresses me, right?
Thank you. And I quit my job and had to eat Chinese food for a month.
See that? So you know what? Let's talk about this. From the time you quit your job to the time that you put pen to paper, how long was that period? Do you remember?
I wrote my whole book at my job too, so I didn't quit until the book was finished.
Okay.
Once the book was finished, that was my like retirement ticket. It was like this in my hand, like I'm out. I got my future.
So that was
like, what are you gonna do for money?
While you know what? I like that. See, that's the hustle mentality too. That's the grinder. So while you're getting that corporate check, right? You were actually using that to finance your dreams.
And it ran out quick though. I ran out of money in 60 days.
In 60 days.
I saved money when I quit the job. Because if you're listening to this and you're like, fuck that job, you better save some money. You have to save money. Yeah. But the money goes fast. When you don't have money coming in, you know, you remember I got the Gawker deal like right after I got broke. Okay. So I got broke first, like real broke. I'm talking about like Chinese food because it was $3.50 at the time. Yeah. That's what I was eating like every day. Yeah. I'm surprised I'm not fatter than this because I was eating Chinese food every day.
Every day.
Yeah, every day.
So from the time you ran out of money, so 60 days, and
I
then,
ran out of money in 60 days.
So 2 months, and then all of a sudden, like you got
calls.
Calls.
I went harder. I think when you're hungry, you go harder, and that's for anybody at home listening. Like when that money run out, like nobody more motivated than a broke person.
Absolutely,
in my opinion. No, I think a broke person could accomplish any goal. And you can listen to any big celebrity that made it to the level of millionaire, trillionaire. They got to like broke. See, there's a difference between being broke and broke. Like broke would be like, I can't go out with my girls. I gotta sacrifice, or I can't buy that new Fendi hat or something. That's broke. But when you broke, like
you can't buy Metro
I can't. And back in those days. You had the $7 fun pass. Yeah. When you can't buy the funny, it ain't funny. You gotta get the money now. Now you're like, all right, I gotta get
it's serious.
True.
It's so true.
It's rough.
It's so true.
Right.
True.
I couldn't even go to your shop and get me a nice ice cream for $7. I would have had to go, you know, and got the 50 cent to the dollar. Yeah, that's how broke it was getting. I was like, nah, I can't be broke because I never was broke growing up. Yeah. So I was from the hood, but I never was broke, so I didn't understand that.
Yeah, no.
Being broke, like even to this day, like if I don't have enough money for something, it really makes me feel low. I don't really feel good about that. Like some people are comfortable being broke. Those are the ones that don't have no grind in them because they don't see a problem with being broke. But it's a problem with being broke.
So, all right. So after Chili Show, right? Mm-hmm. You had your own show on MTV.
It took 2 years though to get that because I had a lot of offers after Chili Show. Mm-hmm. But by the second season of What Chili Wants, I already knew the game though. You know, the first season, you don't know, they fly you out, you know, they tell you all this good stuff. You take the little money and you go ahead with your business. Because I felt like you give me on one episode, I'm a hustler, I'm a kill the rest. Yeah. But by the second season, I kind of knew the entertainment business. So I went through a problem after the second season because the network wanted me to do a third season with Chili. And I couldn't take Chili ass no more. I couldn't do a third season. And I was offered a lot of money to do it. But, you know, being young and doing what the hell I want to do, I said, no, I'm not doing it because, you know, by that time Chili was getting on my nerves. Me and her really didn't talk the second season of the show. And I'm not going to help you get rich. And I'm sitting here helping you and you don't have no personality and I'm going to do all the work and I'm going to be uncomfortable. I don't like being uncomfortable. And then I was young where I was mature enough to be able to work with somebody that I didn't talk to, but I wasn't mature enough to be like, let me do something I don't want to do, if that makes sense. Like, I wanted to do the second season, even though me and her wasn't really cool like that. Yeah. So I did it because I wanted to. But by the third season, when we get in that meeting, they like, we need one more and then you get your own show. I was like, I'm not doing that. Y'all gonna make me do another season? Because then that would have took away from my flyness. You know what I'm saying? We're not a part of a group. I don't need Chili to pop. She need me to pop. So I'm not doing it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, if I was a little smarter then, I probably would have just took the money and ran with it. But then that would have like messed my soup up. My soup would have started getting mad bland. Like, damn, another season with Chili. Yeah. That affects you, what you put your name on.
It does affect you. Yeah. You know, another thing that stands out, integrity.
I have integrity.
So you had integrity, and even though you were young, you knew there's something called self-awareness, right? So self-awareness is something that I see that you always had. Yes. Right? You always like.
And I don't like being whacked.
There's some people that have that realize their self-awareness later on in life.
Because they wasn't popping before they got on TV. So that's why they realized it later on.
Exactly.
When you was already popping before TV or a big gig, let's say anybody in here, let's say you got a promotion, you at home, like if you was popping before that and you knew who you were before that, that's never going to compromise your swag, you know, or your soul. You're not going to do that because you know who you are.
You know who you are. Yeah, that's self-awareness.
It's I like that. I like that. You're right. It's self-awareness.
Yeah, so when you were into that room, a lot of people would have sold their soul and said,
they never
sign me up,
no.
Sign me up for the third season.
I mean, look at look at the shows we got out now. You think everybody want to be fighting and acting like they getting cheated on? You think people want to say like their husband had a baby on them and it might not even be true, but they got to do it just to keep the audience? That's something I just can't do. Yeah. That's just something like, you're not going to tell me, oh, we're going to make a scene up where your husband's going to act like he's cheating on you so y'all can stay relative to our viewers. You got to remember, the lady around the corner watched that show, the lady down the block, your old bitches that didn't like you in high school watches. I'm supposed to make this story up so I can stay on TV. Like, now that we breaking this down, like, do people understand how that look and sound? I'm going to mess up my life and so I can be relative to the people at home. The people at home go, come here, beep, beep, suck my beep, beep. Come on. And I was not willing to do that.
That's so true.
And when you're not willing to compromise, you become like an enemy in the entertainment business. Like now, you're bad enough you dark skin and overweight. So now you're difficult.
Yeah.
When you don't want to do something that others want you to do in the entertainment industry, and I don't care what end of the entertainment industry you're in.
Yeah.
When you say no, you are considered
enemy of state.
You're an enemy of state. You considered difficult.
Yeah.
Because you got a brain and you're not stupid.
Yeah.
You're difficult.
Yeah. Because you're not talent anymore.
Yeah. Now it's like, oh, you think you're a producer now, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They don't like the talent to be producers.
No, and that was another problem we was getting in. I was told I had a production deal actually with VH1 before a lot of people before they came in, and then once certain people came in, they was trying to get me the hell out of there because it was like, oh no, this little girl is 25 getting production deal with VH1. VH1 was supposed to pick up a show I made called Boss Chicks back in the day. I got a deal for it. Yeah. I got a lot of thousands to sign the contract. All of a sudden, I said no to What Chili Wants 3. And my deal went out the window. People don't know. You lose a lot saying no.
Yeah.
But it was okay because 2 years later I got an MTV show. Like nobody in the hood ever could say they got that.
Yeah.
Like an MTV show every day on MTV.
That's big.
Like I really like wore my Jordans with a shirt that said Nasty by Nature on MTV. They didn't even catch it because they so slow. Like I really was like straight up. And the last episode they filmed on my mom's block. Like what? Who could say they had that power to be like, nah, this is the last episode. We going to the East. We gonna kill it for the East. I didn't even see that episode either. That's the funny thing. But it was out.
Oh, that's dope.
Because they done pissed me off. I didn't even watch the last few episodes. I was tight.
You were tight?
Yeah, because I just don't know. I just
don't like the politics.
I don't like the politics. That's why everybody like Tionna Smalls. You need to run for president or you need to run for mayor. You know, because I say I'm the mayor of Brooklyn and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I can't do it. They're going to kill me. They're going to kill me. They ain't going to have it. I'm telling you because I'm not going to be one of those people.
Nah, you got a lot of supporters, so I don't think that's going to be a problem.
I don't want to run though. We took like this spot that looked like a crack house and we was like, yo, we're gonna throw a cafe in here. Mm-hmm. That's it. We put a lot of money opening it up and everything like that. And my whole hood was hating. It was the worst hate I ever received in my life. So we ended up turning that spot more into an event spot because that's where all the money was coming from. People ran out for events. So why are we going to try to make, you've been there, we had this bougie setup. Why are we going to do this in the middle of the hood and they don't get it? So
I drove by the other day. It was popping.
Yeah.
Had like a rent.
I rented out events there. So we always got stuff going on. So money is still getting accumulated there. But I thought the hood would appreciate all the time and money. And that taught me a lot of things too. Like, it was okay when they see you on TV. It's okay when they see your books because it's not in their face. But when they got to walk by your shop every day to get to the train station, you should know because you have one in the hood as well. People don't like that. See, Bed-Stuy, when I opened up Lovey's, that wasn't my hood. They didn't know me since I was a little kid, so the love was there. But when you in your hood and you're trying to do something better, like bring, bougie water to the hood, we was doing it too big in the hood. Like, if I ever open up the tea room again, it would be like in Bed-Stuy somewhere. Somewhere where it's already a little bougie already. Because East New York, it was a little rough. They was very upset about the tea room. So after that, and then I decided to take my hospitality real estate career serious. So now I am a licensed real estate agent and an investor. I'm going into investments out of town as well, getting acquisitions. See, now the voice changed when you talk about real estate. You see, but you got to be able to switch it up now. You know what I'm saying? So so now we're about to acquire some different things out of state. My main thing is to invest out of state, make the money in New York, and invest out of state.
Absolutely, no, that's what
I'm doing right now.
Yeah, that's smart.
And I love it. I thought first of all, let me tell you one story before we go into the real estate thing. I went to real estate school in 2005, 3 years after I graduated from high school, because I was like, I'm gonna be the youngest real estate agent getting that paper. What happened was I took all my classes. Back in those days, you only had to take 13 classes versus the 20 to 23 you gotta take now. I took all my classes, and then the last day of school, I decided I don't want to be a real estate agent. They were so grimy. I didn't know money in those days, so I didn't know why people were so grimy. But I went into the entertainment industry, so I want to say like, your path could be written way before you know, because like I said, I went to real estate school in 2005. I went back in 2015. Then I tried to go back when I was pregnant and do it online. But when you're pregnant, looking on a computer all day to learn, I was throwing up too much. It was rough. But then I ended up going back in 2018. But you see how, like, don't quit. If you you had a dream to be this thing, like I always, before TV, before writing my book, I had a dream about real estate. But I was not educated about real estate at that time. And I let people discourage me because they were so thirsty. I hate people that's thirsty for money. I believe you can make money and have integrity at the same time. I'm a realtor, but I'm not going to walk in and make my client buy a house that's overpriced so I can get paid. That's not the way I am. So if you're hearing this and you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or invest, Tionna Smalls is your girl because I am the reality realtor. I'm not going to let you do nothing. Like, for example, I'm not bragging or anything, but for example, one of my clients, you know, we just put in a contract for a $700,000 house. I fought them down to that $700,000.
What was it before? What was it listed?
The listing was $710,000, but the home was not worth $710,000. You understand what I'm saying? I really was trying to get $690 because it was worth $690. It's probably going to appraise for $690.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is that some people that heard $710 and was like, oh, $710, we in the money. I don't care if it's $10,000 I'm negotiating down for you. I really was about to get the $20,000. I'm going to negotiate to the fullest and what it's worth.
And your passion, you'll definitely be able to negotiate that.
I love it. And you know what's so sad? You get most clients from people that never even heard of Tionna Smalls. But I'm not going to lie. Shout out to everybody that follow me on Instagram because every day somebody said they heard I do real estate and they want me to help y'all. And I'm working on trying to get y'all program people apartments because a thing in New York City is that the landlords do not want to accept programs.
No, we don't.
You see, that was a landlord. He's like, no, we don't. Sorry, Tionna.
Nah,
so I'm
tough.
having an event soon that's going to bridge the gap between landlords and programs. And y'all know I'm a professional cook, so I'm going to cook actually for the event.
You gonna cook?
Little something.
Something.
I'm a professional cook because when I started the tea room, I went and got all my own certificates on my own. I don't trust nobody, so I went and got my food handling. I learned how to cook. I learned how to bake from scratch, everything. So we got some good food at the Landlord Summit. I call it the Landlord Summit with Tionna Smalls. And that's what the good thing about real estate. I'm able to bring that grind, that hustle, that creativity that I learned in the entertainment business to real estate. Because now this is a whole nother game.
It is a whole nother
It's a whole nother ball game. So bridging people with programs, with landlords, if I could even accomplish getting 2 or 3 people in an apartment from that event, I'll be happy.
No.
I'm motivated.
No, I see it.
I'm hungry now,
feel
though.
it.
But the difference is I'm hungry. When I was young, I was making so much money. I was never hungry. I didn't care. Like, if I got a deal, I got a deal. Like, if I didn't get that TV deal, I would not care about it. But now, when you got a kid, let's go to there.
Yeah, you know what? Before we get to the kid, right?
Yeah.
So you an ambitious woman.
Yes.
Right? Like,
I love the grind.
How did you? Because you know a lot of people, a lot of men, a lot of women say that men are intimidated by a strong woman.
A lot of them are, but it's still some that's not.
Yeah, strong woman, a successful woman.
Yeah.
You on TV, you had a production show, you have a big personality.
Right.
Like, so it's not even, like, I think this is another category.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's one thing to go to school, have a good degree, have a good
it's a whole
corporate
different
job.
game, that hustle, though.
And you're just different.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, so, tell me your advice to women. Like, what would you do?
I had my man before I got on TV.
Okay,
so a year before I met Kaz in 2008.
Okay.
I was a blogger, but I didn't have really no money. I mean, my husband at the time was a big time, I think I was going to say drug dealer, barber. Barber's the next, girls. If you got a man from the hood, barbers make drug dealer money. Having a barber is like having a drug dealer. And at the time, I thought he sold drugs because he always had so much money. And I'm like, what the hell do you do that you always got so much money? He was like, I'm a barber. I was like, this gotta be a barber that sells crack on the side. But no, he was a legitimate barber. Barbers make money. People don't know that.
They do.
But they gotta have a plan to keep the money. You understand what I'm saying? But he made a lot of money at that time. And he would work from I'm talking about 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. Like, he worked a lot. So I met him before I got on TV. Thank God. You know, like, the first time I ever went on a plane, he went with me. I think what it is that you can't put the standards so hard on, like, what he has. At that time, I was in my 20s. I was looking more like, what is he going to be? What is his future looking like? Do he got morals? Is he like a thotty? Like, I was never that girl that wanted the dude that was popping the bottles in the club. I always looked at the dude that had that one drink in the corner. I'd be like, that is the nigga with the money right there. Because he would just be chilling.
Yeah, that one drink. I'll babysit that one drink all night.
You know, guys like Gene, now, you know, they cheap as hell, but they got it. And that's how my husband was. He was more like laid back. You know, we would go out, and you know, he's a tourist, and you know, with tourists, you can't get the money till they love you. So I used to be like, something's wrong with this man. I used to be like,
I didn't know that.
No, I'm telling you, I know every sign. So let me tell you.
What's about Scorpio?
I would never talk to a Scorpio man. That's my father's sign. I love my father to death. He's the best man I know. They'll spend their money, but y'all from the slapper whole tribe, and y'all get mad. There's no stopping y'all. And I'm a Virgo, and Scorpio, we just better as friends. But anyway, so my Taurus man, you know, at first he was a little cheap with me. I was like, Mama was like, he's cheap. My mother light skinned from the 60s, so she like, he cheap. Do not mess with him. But I felt it was some potential. But he believed in me too. When I was like trying to write and get my money, he's like, yo, what you doing? I'm like, I'm going to this event, about to blow up this party. Like, all right, have fun. Like, he was never in a mix. He was never a groupie. Yeah. And I saw that from my writing days, that he was never a groupie. So I like that. So let's go back to women now, especially ones that's successful, especially the ones that's a hustler. Like you said, that's a whole nother thing when you're a hustler. I will say this. you're going to have to find a man that want more. See, I don't care if he even got a city job. What I was just talking about with my partner Roy was that even with a city job, in New York City, you're not going to be able to afford anything with a city job. He got to say, I got a city job, and I also sell Jay-Z concert tickets on the side. I'm just using it. It has to be like he wants more. Because if he don't want more, and you're this motivated person, it's not going to work. Because me and my husband broke up for 2 years when we was engaged. We met in 2008. We got engaged in 2010. That's another thing, ladies. Don't waste too many years playing games. So we met in 2008. We got engaged 2010. We broke up 2012. And then we got back together 2014. So from 2012 to 14, I was by myself. And I dated all type of men. I was having fun. I was famous. A lot of groupie loving I was getting. I was loving it. But what I was missing, what made me get back with my husband was that these dudes wasn't solid. Some of them was getting money, but they was like dorky, or they'll get money and they don't want to spend no money, or they was getting money and they just didn't see another way, like a plan. I'm a person. I'm a Virgo. Ambition. You know, I'm tatted up with a Virgo sign. I love being a Virgo. You know, me, Beyonce, Michael Jackson. So we think greatness. No, I'm dead. You see, I'm about to get serious.
Yeah, I'm serious. Yeah.
There's a difference between wanting to be good and wanting to be great.
Yeah.
All my life, I always wanted to be great. I never wanted to be the average hustler. I never wanted to be the average businesswoman. Like, somebody could walk in and be like, yeah, I make $100,000 my job. Okay, so what are you going to do next year to make $200,000? That's my mindset. But when you're around, you make $100,000, you're around a bunch of people that make $40,000, you think you're living it up. But then you go to Dix Hill somewhere, you go to Old Westbury, and they talking about, oh my God, my acquisition today, I'm only making $359,000 this year. You gonna see that $100,000 ain't nothing. So if you could find somebody that could always want more and want greater for you, then you got them. But if you got to take care, man, first of all, New York City, if you're listening, it's too expensive in New York City to be playing games with anybody, especially you 30 plus. You're not getting a house with no dude that ain't got no job. You're not getting a house with a dude that's a drug dealer, and especially if he a drug dealer and didn't even open up an LLC, he not even the right drug dealer. You need to get you a better drug dealer. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is reality now. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. And if that shit ain't set up right, y'all all going down, and it's not gonna be right. I don't know how. And then to you ladies at home, I'm gonna pause it for an emotional pause. That got a vagina, and you sitting there letting a man live with you for free, let a man eat all your kids' little icicles up and little freaking little Debbies up, and drive you to work and take your car. You gotta get therapy very fast and very soon. It is too pricey out here to let that happen. Everybody got to work right now. Honestly, everybody need two hustles with me. You got to work and have a hustle. Or, like, if my main thing is real estate, I also do the credit too. So if your credit ain't right and you want a house with me, you might can't get it with me this year, but I'll get you in that house next year. That's how it got to be. It has to have multiple streams of income. Yeah. So if your man ain't got a job, period, I'm not with it.
You're not with it.
I'm not with it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But he has to have ambition.
Ambition's first for me.
Ambition's first.
Yes. Good hygiene and ambition is first.
So let me ask you a question, right? How do you balance all of the things that you have and have a kid? Because you and I both have
we got the same hustle,
same age kids,
and we bring our kids to work, right?
And we bring our kids to work.
Exactly. You have to bring them.
You gotta bring them.
The way you do it is you have to have a good partnership. Shout out to my husband Gaspar, because let me tell you something. The way we may not, with Virgos and Tauruses, we may argue about everything else, but the one thing we are sure on is our child. And also, we're both entrepreneurs, so we like to instill hard work to our son. My son is 18 months trying to sweep because he see his father sweep. Yep. My son knows how to get on the laptop be closed. He would jump on my business chair and open a laptop and put it on his lap trying to type at 18 months. And you know what? That is wonderful. It's beautiful. And we got to do what the white people do to their kids. We have to nurture that. I'm going to teach my son. At 5 years old, my son going to be ready to sell houses. I'm telling y'all, at 5 years old, he's going to be ready.
Oh, trust me.
He's going to be like, Mommy, we could flip that house. That house is old, right? Mommy, you buy old houses, right? Let's flip that.
Yeah.
I want my son to be like that at 5 years old.
Absolutely.
I want him by 12 to tell me, Mommy, I want to flip a house. Can you, instead of giving me money for a car when I graduate, can you buy me a house and we flip it? Or find me a busted house, Mom, and fix it up for me so I can live there while I'm in college. Because I still believe in college, but I think that it's a secondary thing versus if you don't have a career.
Absolutely.
If you have a career already, my son already know, like, he going to create his own career. I told my son this, and he's 18 months. You guys, Roy, you're either going to be a doctor or a contractor. It's one of the two. We're not going to play no games. You know, people are like, I don't like to put pressure on my kids. Only black people say that. Because there's no such thing called pressure. Those West Indian parents, they ain't even let you have a TV in your room. And look how good their kids come out. You got to look at all of that start from birth. If we're not instilling greatness in our kids at a young age, then it is not good. When I first had baby Cass, he came to me all my interviews, all my talks, everything. You could see him, Beyonce stylist holding him in the interview. I have to let him see all this at a young age, so he can know that this is what it is. And that's how you jug it. And also you got to have time for yourself. Because with a kid and a husband and a career, sometimes everybody's pulling you in one direction. Sometimes you'll be like, all right, listen, take your son for 2 hours. I gotta get a mental nap. Because, we go to bed, sometimes your head is hurting. And if your wig is too tight that day, too, and you had the baby all day, and the car broke down, and this done happened, you need to take a second.
You need to take a second to yourself.
But that's how I balance it.
So you gotta
have a good partner. Don't stop having these babies with no partners. I don't understand it.
Yeah, no.
I can't have a baby with no partner. Yeah. I need a partner. I don't care if it's your lesbian lover. I don't care if it's your grandma. I don't care if it's your aunt that don't work. You need somebody that you can depend on that's going to take care of this child for you.
Yeah.
Because it's hard.
With you.
With you, right. With you. Because I don't really leave my kid with nobody.
Yeah.
It's me, Cass, which is my son name too. Me, Cass, or one of our mothers. And like my sisters once in a while. I don't leave my son with nobody else. No, cousins don't get, my kid don't get kept with a cousin. Yeah. That bitch might not like me on the low, ready to hurt my child. No, we don't play that. This is our life. Yeah, no, but you gotta have a good partner. So good partner help you out. Like when I was messed up after MTV and I didn't know what direction I was going, and my husband was the one that like stepped up and was like, all right, when you figure it out, I'm here. This is what we're gonna do. So if he get messed up, I gotta do the same. Like we gotta all be like working with each other. So when it comes out a kid, I got a meeting today. What you're doing today? Oh, I'm just going to the shop. Your son's coming with you then.
Yeah. Now, how do you? Because a lot of times when people have successes and then they go down and then they go back up and they go down.
That's life.
That's life.
Yeah.
But now a lot of times some people can't get back up.
I know. I'm seeing that a lot. Oh my God.
They can't get back up and they don't have that energy. They don't have that. What drives Tionna?
I never want to be an old loser. I never want to be washed up. Like, I never want to be that old bitch that had it all when she was in her 20s and now she 50, can't even buy herself a cup of coffee. I think I stay so close to the hood, so I'm always in the hood still. So I see so many people that's not thriving in life, and that keeps me going to be like, damn, today I did not want to come all the way to the city. But you know what? I'm sure there's a couple of people wish they could go to the city right now and be interviewed for their mind and get taught. So let me get up. I don't want to be poor at 50. I want to sell this house. Let me get up. My clients saw 12 houses in 1 week. They said they never heard of that before. Even my agent friends were like, you showed them 12 houses in 1 week? How you did that? You got a kid. For that commission, I'm getting up. $700,000 house, I'm getting get up for that commission, yes. Yeah. I would get up and show you 100 houses if I had to. Yes.
Yeah, see, that's the difference between a grinder and everybody else.
Let's go into that. Yeah, everybody else. Because I want to talk about this new generation of grinders.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. I know you got something to say.
I call that Instapreneurs. Not entrepreneurs, but Instapreneurs.
Instapreneurs.
Instapreneurs are looking for instant work, instant gratification. They think that success starts, like, you get success, like, so fast. And if you don't get it so fast, they looking at these Instagram people that really sell drugs on the low. And they just think that that's life. She got on a pair of Gucci shades. She is successful. Oh, he went to this trip. He is successful. I think Instagram, for one thing, it made people want to do more. It did make people want to travel because we was the only one traveling back in the day. So it was really good to see people that want to travel now. It's good to see people want to be entrepreneurs. But what I have a problem with, especially when I used to hire people from Instagram, they don't want to do no work. No, they just want to take a picture sitting there looking like they doing work. For example, for my landlord summit, the landlords are not on Instagram looking at Tionna Smalls. They don't know who Tionna Smalls is. So I have to get up there and get them cards out and pass them out and make sure I'm going to places that landlords go to. Home Depot, Lowe's, cafes, this, that. But if you hire somebody from Instagram, you tell them that, listen, we got to go on the field. The field is something a lot of people don't know. We talking about the Bad Boy Entertainment Street. Remember back in the day, they had the best street team ever?
Yeah. Yep.
Because they went on the field. When you talk to people at the field, they don't know nothing but this. That's why I lost $30,000 investing in authors that thought that they could just sell a book by putting it up on Instagram.
Yeah, no.
That's not the way you sell books.
No.
You got to be in the streets, shaking hands and kissing babies in order to become successful in the book business.
Yes.
That's why I stopped publishing people. But in any business, and that's what Roy was saying, in any business. So even though I'm a realtor, I still got to go out there and grind because who can afford $700,000 houses?
And yo, you know what's so funny? and I want to take just a second just to hop on that.
Yeah.
The fact that people, you see what you're talking about, go out, kiss babies, talk, and
yeah,
network.
you have to.
Like, people do not want to do that anymore.
But they can't be on my team.
They can't on my team either.
Okay, if you're not working,
no.
If you're just an Instagram bandit, I don't want you to.
You have to, like I say this, right? There's a commission mindset and there's a W-2 mindset, right?
1099 mindset,
yeah.
true. Yeah.
So the 1099 mindset is the commission mindset, right? So that's the mindset I want. People,
me too.
Those are the people, like I was talking to Taylor, that's one of our business consultants today, right? She went to go get some food. She goes into this restaurant. The restaurant looked, they had no business cards, no menus, no nothing. She just went to go get food.
Yeah.
She wasn't thinking as a worker. She was thinking as a 1099 person. So first thing she said was like, "You don't have any menus? My company prints them. My company."
That's right. I would have did the same thing. Here go my card.
She was like, "Let me set this meeting up."
Yep.
So she's getting the bag.
I like that. That's hustling.
That's hustling.
Because you know what? It's a lot of money out here.
But that's grinding.
But you gotta be ready.
Yeah.
That's hustling more or less than grinding. Because a real hustler would have saw they have that and been like, "Yo, we can get that for you." That's what a hustler does. They look at me like, "You ain't got it. We got it. You gonna get it." A grinder is great, but a grinder would have been probably so in a mix that they'd be like, "All right, see you later. I'm not never ordering from you again. You got on my damn nerves." Hustler be like, "Wait, you ain't got no business cards? I can get you that."
You a hustler, Taylor.
You're a hustler. That's hustler. That's great hustle to me.
Yeah, but that's the team. That's what you have to have on you.
You always had like a good team, even back in the Tamar days. I always liked your team.
Yeah,
and you know what? Y'all always was professional. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like. I love professionalism.
Shout out to Brianna. She's another grinder, hustler too.
Yeah. And then shout out to Roy. You don't really see me with nobody but Roy and my mother.
Yeah.
I put my mother on my team for real estate.
No, I saw that.
Credit.
That was big.
Yeah, we're
gonna
have to flip some houses.
That
and
was
stuff.
big for me. I like that.
Yeah.
You know what? That's
else.
the legacy
Family
play. That's what I
first.
put on your page. I put legacy.
Yeah, legacy.
It's
family first over
family
here.
First.
Only the right family though.
Yeah.
Not all the rest of the hoes.
Not all the families the right family.
Not all the family, but the immediate family. My mother and them. My mother's retired at 57 years old. She retired 2 years ago. My pop's about to retire at the end of the year. We need to get these houses flipped. And also my license for Pennsylvania will be cleared by the end of the year. Before the end of the year. So yeah, we're getting all the houses. Yeah,
that's what's up. I love that. So now, how do you like? So back to what you were saying. You were saying
about being a mom and
everything.
No. What?
The Instapreneurs.
I don't like Instapreneurs. I think that is giving people a false hope of what entrepreneurialism is. That fake rich shit is really upsetting. It's like people really believe that because you're an entrepreneur, you got a lot of money, and they don't understand that a lot of money you get from being an entrepreneur got to go back into the business. You know what I'm saying? Yes, okay, you get a great check. We do get more than most people, but the reality of it is that sometimes it takes a long time to get that check.
And you work harder.
Right. And if you can't go a month without a check, you don't even try to come into this hustle game. I think Instagram is giving a real fake false.
Did you see my post?
Concept.
I put a post. You liked it. I said Instagram is the highlight reel.
Right.
People don't realize.
It's hard.
Yeah, people don't realize that. Back in the day, if you're an athlete or an actor, what did you have? What did you create for yourself?
Rough.
You created a highlight reel. You created the best. Like if you're a football player, you're the best tackles.
Yeah.
The best tackles. The best. Oh, you got the best angle. I mean, best angles. She passed the phone, and I'm like the best angles.
Right.
So you only put on your highlight reel all the things that you want the coach or the person that you want to hire you to see. Mm-hmm. Now, like you said, you hired people off of Instagram because that's what they wanted to see.
Yeah.
Same thing here. I hired people off of Instagram.
I will never do that.
And then they come into my office to work, and then they just sit there.
On Instagram.
And I'm like, yo, you gotta go out there and talk to the customers.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to go out there. What do you mean? I can DM them. I'm like, no, man.
No, you gotta go
this
out
shit
there.
don't go down in the DM.
Don't go down in the DM. The hustle don't happen.
The hustle don't happen in the DM, yo.
It's so upsetting. It's so upsetting. And I come from I can't get with this new generation. I come from a real hustler mentality that if you go out there still and get 1,000 cards, you pass it out to everybody, put on everybody's cards, you talking to people about the product, you talking to people about the service, and you don't stop. Everywhere you go, I could hear somebody talking about buying a house, and I could be waiting for a coffee. I'm going to buy her coffee so she know I'm balling, and give her my card, like, here you go, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like, I feel dirty when I don't even do that.
When I hand this card out to everybody.
I love it. It's plastic. My husband wants a plastic one.
Yo, I got him.
Okay, good.
Let him know. Like
I'm gonna actually show this to him because he wants something like this.
Yeah. It's a double-sided plastic.
This is beautiful. I love it.
Those are
I don't expect nothing different though, but I really like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice card. That's a good card.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm waiting for my new ones to come out. Yeah, I should have went to ACA.
Yeah, next time.
I'm still waiting for mine.
Next time. Oh, for real? It would have took 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm waiting for mine. Yeah, it was the same around town, but I'm gonna go ACA next time.
Thank you.
Because I like this. Yeah.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
So
support the black business, right?
That's all I do. You
That's
saw
it.
how we shut down that beauty salon.
Yo.
That nail salon.
How did that end up happening? Like, what at the end?
Somebody tagged me and showed me the video of the grandmother getting beat up with the sticks.
Yeah.
I ran down there. I couldn't believe it.
I
had it, and I don't leave my house on Sundays, but I said, babe, you gotta watch the baby. I gotta go. I ran down there. They was already gone or whatever. When I found out about it on a Sunday. I was like, in my head, I was like, you Tionna Smalls, you gotta use your power. One thing I got is press. I know everybody in the press. I'm talking about the big press, not that bullshit press. And I was like, I'm calling all my people. We all gonna come down here, we're gonna get this shit shut down. I said, everybody, meet me here Monday at 10. I get there at 9:50, it ain't nobody there but me. And the spot was open, like nothing happened. I said, oh God, what I'm gonna do? Most people would fold them, like, I'm out. I was like, fuck that, I'm out here by myself. And then all of a sudden, everybody came. New York Times, CBS, 7. I mean, we caused a ruckus, and they're still not open to this day. So we shut their ass down. You know how hard it is to shut down a store? An Asian store in Brooklyn?
Yo, that's hard.
And the landlord is Asian. So you know how hard that was to do that?
Yeah, that's tough.
It was no joke. And I want to shout out the city of Brooklyn because once we went out there and people really came out. Like, people really came out and they shut it down. And there was another young lady I want to shout out. Her name is Brooklyn. What's her name? Brooklyn something. Her name is Brooklyn something. She wears like the Afrocentric hairstyle. She's a really cute girl. She was one of the first people that was out there before I even got out there. Because I didn't know about it. I'm not from Flatbush. I'm from East New York. So once I got tagged, though, I went out there and I went hard. And I got all the press down there.
Yeah. No, I like the fact that, you see, that's another
Stand for something or you're going to fall for anything. There's no way nobody going to come into an African-American community and beat somebody's grandmother up with sticks. And they sliced the girl with the eyebrow thing.
Oh, wow.
I had the real exclusive pictures. We're not allowing that in our streets. No.
But you know what? It's integrity once again.
I like the words you're using. Self-awareness,
Self-awareness and integrity.
I'm for it. I love it all.
Like, one thing I really appreciate about you is, like, you always been, because I've known you for over 10 years.
You did, yeah.
And you've always had these two elements, but the other element that you had was what you say you're gonna do, you do.
Yes, amen.
You know what I'm saying?
And I hate people that don't keep their word.
I know.
I hate that.
And
I used to break up with men because of that. I don't like that.
And there's a lot of times when you're in relationships and even in business, when you say you're going to be somewhere at a certain time, you got to be it.
Yep.
If you're in a business, the way your business is going to shut down is if you have bad employees that don't follow through with
That's why I learned how to do everything some type of way. I learned how to, when I went to the cafe, I learned how to cook.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to ever be there. And they say,
said something. You said something real quick in passing. You were like, I went and got my food handler's license.
I went and got my own food handler.
Like, so because you didn't want to depend on somebody that.
Every career I ever tried to do, I always got all my certificates for it. When I decided I wanted to be realist, because I used to help people even after 2005. I used to help people with real estate, but since I didn't have a license, they used to jip you. They wouldn't give you your money.
No, they wouldn't give you
so they didn't have to either by law because you were not an agent. And I said, when I go back, I'm getting my license. You ain't gonna tell me nothing. Like, I'm getting all my stuff. I go to all my classes to even get more certificates. And now, what I want to mention before I leave is that I do the credit also, but also what I'm learning now is this the whole financial makeup of America and life. You're not going to be able to become wealthy until you understand money. And now that I'm understanding money and learning more about it, I want to be certified in it. So that all these football players and basketball players are letting they getting these white people that's going to take all their money, don't know nothing. I want to be that person. That same guy you're paying to tell you to invest in that, I need to be that girl. So that's going to be my future pursuits. I'm going to have to do 1,000 hours, and I'm going to spend my whole 1,000 hours going to schools teaching kids about money for free.
To be a broker?
To be an advisor, a financial advisor, you need 1,000 hours in the field. See, that would scare most people. But to me, that's like, nah, I'm going to go to every school out and talk to kids about money. I want them to learn because I want somebody to come to me like, yo, Miss Smalls, I remember you came to my school when you was young and you taught me about credit cards, and now I got 850 credit. I got 750 credit coming out of high school. That's going to make me proud. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing now. That's my real estate, finances. That's my thing now. And I got all the clothes, all the hair pieces to match. I look so cute when I go to work.
I see it on the gram. Like,
I be trying to put little pictures up.
It's cool because, some people, sometimes when you look at Instagram, the person on Instagram is not who they are in real life.
I know. That's so whack.
It is whack. And
follow me on Instagram if you don't know me already, or follow me already at Tionna Smalls, T as in Tom, IONNA Smalls.
Yeah, you must follow her. She's great.
Good energy. I like that energy. Because, everything we do as entrepreneurs, and that's another thing. If you are thinking about becoming an entrepreneur and being a grinder, being a hustler, if you're not around the right energy, you're not going to be successful. Energy is success to me. Like energy. Like you could tape this show anywhere in the world. You could tape this show in your house. But you wanted that energy, that get money energy. And I felt that get money energy when I was trying to get through this mother effer. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, G.
Radio 103.9.
Yeah, this is nice. This is nice. I like it. I'm very proud of you.
Because when the way I think, right? You know how Diddy says dream big? So when people, you could do a podcast like you said, you could do it from a phone, you could do it from a tablet or a computer.
You gotta go big though.
But I was like, you gotta do it in a studio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you did it big.
And you have to do it right,
Gotta do it right.
Especially if you want the guests like Tionna Smalls to come up here. Like, I'm not pulling
For you,
up
I'll come anywhere. I would went the best style for you. You're my boy. I would have came anywhere. I'm not bougie.
You're not bougie, but...
Nah.
but
only people I don't know I'm bougie. Then I'd be like, where are you located? Okay, no.
Will you have ACA waters?
Yes, I like the ACA water. I might have to have you sponsor my landlord summit.
Yeah, I got you with the ACA waters.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. So that's going to be on
when is
October. What day is that, Roy? It's on October 28th.
Okay.
October 28th.
Okay.
And I'm going to be in Harlem on September 29th talking about first-time home buying and things of that nature. And you will see me in Albany soon, too. I'm going upstate to teach y'all, too. So
okay.
All over.
So now...
Doing the same thing in entertainment, but in real estate, if it makes sense.
So now, any last things you want to share with the people?
I, too...
Any tips?
Okay, about being grinding and all that? Yeah. Always be yourself. Don't ever feel like you got to compromise who you are to become successful. A lot of people do that and they end up crying and losing themselves. And I think that's why people like Cardi B is so successful. People like when you just be yourself. That's number one. Number two, don't worry about what the next chick is doing or the next dude is doing. Because when you worry about other people, you're not getting your paper because you're worrying about the next mother effer. Third and lastly, learn this money. Get your credit right.
Nice. And, all right, so what website can people find you?
TionnaSmalls.com, but most of all, catch me up on Instagram because that's where I show like my everyday life and my son Cass on at Tionna Smalls, and I'm on Facebook, Tionna Smalls. And if you need to reach me, T Smalls, you can reach me at TIFRANCISPR@gmail.com. I was about to give my work email, but I don't want everybody.
One last question.
Yeah.
What do you think your superpower is?
I think my superpower is I'm just always me, and I love myself. I got it tatted on me. I love me. I love myself so much. I'm always bet on Tionna Smalls. And I wanted to end this interview with something that came to me when I was getting dressed to come here. If you dwell on the bad, if you don't take control of your life, and you dwell on the bad is going to take over your life. It's going to take control of you. When you see that you got a little drip, like sometimes when you have a little leak, it's like it starts real little before the big water come and make the ceiling fall down. If you see in your life there's a little drip that needs to get a little touched up so that won't all cave in, do it now. Don't wait till later. Until then you can't even patch up that hole. And that's how I live my life now. When I see something ain't right or I'm not feeling good about something, I make a change for it. And don't be afraid of change. If New York is not where you can live your best life, there's other places out here. There's other people. If you're with a guy that kind of can't help you with your vision and you feel like you're spending more money on his weed habit and his 2K19 habit than you are on your dreams, then you need to leave him. There's always another guy. There's always other things. As long as God wake you up in the morning, you can always get something else. But take control of your life and make sure you eliminate the bad. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Shout out to Roy, my husband Gaspar, my little baby son Cass, and my moms.
Oh man, faith and inspire. I love this. Brooklyn, stand up. So, Tionna, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. Thank you for coming on to another episode of Faith, Grind, Inspire.
Faith, Grind, and Inspire. It's your girl, right. Tionna Smalls. Faith, Grind, Inspire.
So you can catch us on podcasts, OG Podcast Network, Instagram. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher.
Yes, everywhere.
FaithGrindInspire.com. I'm your host, Jean Alerte. Thank you so much. God bless.
God bless.